Because there was a period where he was always kind of pleading poverty and asking for donations so he could give his kids dental treatment and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
she actually had that on GitHub. So let me see if that's still up there. So
I mean,
GitHub.
like I did send I sent some money to that donation address, and then to hear that he had like 200 Bitcoin when they got stolen, I was like, that's not poverty.
That's more than I'll ever have. So he has tiers on his GitHub. $5 a month is ramen. Probably not the healthiest meal, but I eat cheap food like ramen, yogurt, and such pretty often. This tier should cover a quick meal once a week or so. It almost sounds like he eats once a week. $10 a month. Meat. Humans, which I happen to be, are omnivores and need meat for a healthy diet. It's not really measurable, but I probably could better eating meat regularly. You can cover the cost of a steak once a month with this tier. $25 a month. Water. Everyone needs water. Unfortunately, it isn't quite free. I think this tier should cover a good chunk of my water costs. $70,000 a month. Hosting. My dedicated server mirrors many Bitcoin projects and releases, monitors the overall network health, prepares and shares stats they're on, etc. With this tier, you can cover my hosting costs. I think this is the most reasonable so far. Like you would want to finance this guy to run servers.
He's such a funny cat.
$225 a month, phone/internet. LT is currently the best option for internet service where I live. I guess you should try Starlink. Includes amortized phone/equipment costs. Code doesn't do any good unless I can publish it, so it makes sense to keep me online. $450 a month electricity. No, I'm not using it to mine, smiley face. I live in Florida, so my air conditioning needs to be running a lot, especially in the summer. Some bills hit $600 per month. I don't work very well in extreme heat, so covering my electric bills will help me productive. $750 a month. Health insurance. Actually, just a healthcare sharing program to save money. It doesn't really cover anything, but if I don't have it, the government will force me to pay even more in taxes. Sad, sad emoji. $1,050 a month. Why is it 1,050 and not 1,000? School. I'm an advocate of homeschooling, but unfortunately, it's not very practical for me right now. This tier covers tuition for one of my children and helps keep me free to spend more time on Bitcoin. So,
Is that the last one?
what?
Doesn't it go any higher?
No. So
And
he
then
seems to have 15, 16 current sponsors, 105 past sponsors. He says, as the
wow.
longest contributing Bitcoin Core developer, I've been working on Bitcoin since the start of 2011, primarily involving ongoing development, but also including research of possible future improvements, community education, handling security issues, etc. If you wish to sponsor me half or full time, please contact me privately. Arrangements can include things like participation in your company's meetings if desired.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
And then he goes and drops his coins off the side of a boat and tags the CIA.
200 Bitcoin.
200 Bitcoin. Yeah, we've got some interesting characters in Bitcoin, haven't we?
I mean, I don't blame him. If he's able to get sponsored for his work and not spend his savings, then more
No,
power to him.
I agree. It's important that we support developers, but there was a period where he was pleading poverty, and it wasn't that. You know, it was shortly after that he had lost 200 Bitcoin. When he was after he was pleading poverty and on Twitter about how he hasn't got enough money to pay for his kids' dentistry. So, um,
I think we
but there
can
we are.
find that on the Wayback Machine if I
What's that?
check. This is his GitHub page. Maybe we can find the old version where he pleads
No, no,
poverty.
no. It was in Twitter. It was on Twitter. He was having a whinge and a whine about not having any money. And then he had
He
like a
has a lot
Bitcoin
of kids,
address.
though.
Yeah, yeah, he's got about 1,000 children. Yeah, and they are expensive, to be fair. But anyway, I thought that maybe it was a very elaborate boating accident, very elaborate public boating accident. Whoops, I've lost all my Bitcoin. They were stolen from me. And he just went about it in a very goofy way.
It seems like if I check the Wayback Machine, his donations on GitHub have been the same for many years. Nothing's changed. But right now, I think he is benefiting from a lot of VC money with
Yeah, from the mining
Ocean.
pool. Is that doing very well, though? Because I can't imagine there being much of a market in not mining certain transactions.
Well, it seems like they're building a cult or community or something. It almost makes you wonder when you see, okay, they have a mining pool, they are running their own implementation of Bitcoin.